Hi everyone, I'm James Blower from the Savings Guru, and today I'm going to talk about the personal savings allowance. So the personal savings allowance is a relatively new thing introduced by the government in April 2016, and the idea is that for the vast majority of taxpayers, 95%, the Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs estimate will no longer pay tax on their savings interest, which is really good news for savers. The allowance works like this. If you're a basic rate taxpayer, you can earn £1,000 of interest without paying any tax on that. If you're a higher rate taxpayer, you can earn £500 of interest without paying any tax. I'm afraid if you're additional rate taxpayer, then there is no allowance, and unfortunately you have to pay tax on all your savings. But for the vast majority of people, you will have a personal savings allowance. The even better news is that existing allowances like cash ISAs and premium bonds, which are paid tax-free, are not caught up in that. So this is an additional allowance over and above those. So now, why is the government doing this? Well, largely because it's actually quite expensive to collect relatively small amounts of tax paid. So the government's made it much easier to collect tax in the future by taking most people who are earning interest on savings out of the tax regime altogether. So in the old days, banks used to pay your interest with the tax taken off, and if you were a non-paying taxpayer, then you would have to claim that back, and if you were a higher rate taxpayer, you would have to pay extra interest on that. The good news is that banks now just pay interest gross, so there's no tax taken off. So if you're one of the very few people that do now still need to pay tax, that's automatically done for you either through your tax code, or if you fill in the self-assessment form, you'll declare it on there. You have to have pretty large amounts of savings now to be caught up by the new regime. So for a basic rate taxpayer who has money in a instant savings account, the best rate at the moment is 1.30. They would have to have over £75,000 before they were required to pay tax on that. For a higher rate taxpayer in the same account, would need to have over £38,000 worth of savings. So these are quite substantial amounts of savings that people will need to have to be inside the regime and have to pay tax on their savings interest. So it's really good news for savers. So hopefully that's been a really useful summary on the personal savings allowance. You can contact us if you want more information. Our email is hello@thesavings.guru, and our website is packed full of ideas and information on all areas of savings, and that's www.thesavings.guru.